Alrighty, here we go. Duelist Kingdom action and the last match for Maximilian Pegasus. And it is also the last match for none other than the Paradox Brothers, who unfortunately don't have an avatar in this game. Fujinki Ahashima is the card of the duel. Who wins? Rock, paper, scissors. It is Pegasus who elects to go first. And since it is the Paradox Brothers' last match, there is a long-time commenter who has made rhymes for almost all of the Paradox Brothers duels. And to commemorate their final match, we're going to go through them all one by one as I can try and find them in my comments. Okay, so I'm going from top to bottom, so most recent too, because I'm not actually sure how far the comments go down with all the Paradox Brothers videos, but Jolo's, special shout out to you, the last game for the Paradox Brothers. And let's start with this one. This was from the Joey and Paradox Brothers duel. And Joe said, I'll keep it going because once I start a joke, I see it through to the end. Para, your friend may have beaten us, but you have lost. Docs, now you too wander in our labyrinth, forever lost. That was for the Joey and Paradox Brothers duel. I'll do the ones with Jaden and Becca as well. What's Pegasus got on the field? Giant soldier of stones in the graveyard. I wasn't watching. Fissure. Okay, I was looking down. Yurubi and Dragon Piper. Nice. Pegasus don't drop Dragon Piper very often. Tell you what though, Pegasus has got the defense. He's only got Yurubi for attack though. Down goes Jin Bakudan. Alright. This was for... So when I'm trying to look for comments, and YouTube's filtering in comments is like really bad sometimes. There it is. Alright. Joe says, well, Jaden beat the Paradox Brothers, but not without some trouble. Para, this isn't the first time we have met. Docs, you haven't heard the end of our rhyming yet. That was for Paradox Brothers and Jaden, which was... How long ago was that? 31st of October. Wow, that's almost a month already. It feels like so long ago though, if I'm being honest. Alright, the Paradox Brothers have got Monster Tamer to the field. And now 5 cards in hand, but Pegasus, he does have that... He does have Dragon Piper. There's Minamushi Warrior. Alright, this was the Paradox Brothers and Yugi. And once again, another rhymes. I always appreciate the shoutouts, buddy, and for your consideration, that was from Joe. Para, it seems that Yugi is nothing without his friend. Docs, a brutal victory we did rend. So I would assume then that Paradox Brothers beat Yugi in that match. I actually have no idea who won in the previous matches. You do so many duels, it's as soon as you get to the next date, you cannot remember who won and who lost. But the Rogue Doll has just defeated Minamushi Warrior. So 8,500 for Pegasus, 7,700 for the Paradox Brothers. Now this one was Paradox Brothers and Mokuba. And Joe said at the start, almost done with the Paradox duels. I'm feeling a mixture of relief and sadness that I won't have to do these anymore. Para, your dueling skills were up to stock, Docs, but you were still overwhelmed by the brothers' Paradox. Absolute quality. Oh, I'll tell you what though, Mokuba gave us some really bizarre matches throughout this season. Mokuba's got one more... I'm pretty sure Mokuba's got one more match. I can't remember who it's against, but I'm pretty sure he does have one more. I know that Mai and Weevil are playing against each other. Alright, Pegasus holding the fort. There's Mangaryu-ran. Now the longer this match goes on like this, the worse it is for Pegasus, because it gives the Paradox Brothers a chance to draw a D-Spell or something like that, or a Magic Jammer or something to block Toon World. I tell you what, it might not even matter. The Paradox Brothers have just pulled Sanga of the Thunder, and that's going to be very tough for Pegasus to get off the field. Okay, we have... this is from the Paradox Brothers going up against Becca, which... a Becca versus Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle City series is very much in the planning stages as well as same with Jaden as well. when the Duelist Kingdom season is over, we'll be able to launch some more of those mini-series. So Toon Alligator now 1600 defense. Pegasus did activate a Dark Hole to get Sanga off the field. And defenses again, so turn 16, both players, 8300 plays 7700. Slow, methodical match at the moment. Okay, this was for Paradox Brothers against Becca. Joe said, I'm only here because of my self-appointed obligation to do Paradox rhymes. Para against Rebecca, we weren't ready. And Doc says, there is something seriously wrong with that teddy. Well, I tell you what, given the way that Becca drew in some of her matches, you gotta say that bear was slipping cards to the top of her deck when no one was looking. Alright, there's D-Spell from Pegasus, going for that face down. And oh, okay, Pegasus has just seen Trap Hole. He does have that face down defense. He's just drawn Parrot Dragon. I guess he was checking that face down because Parrot Dragon would have been destroyed and Pegasus may no longer have had a defense. I have been looking at comments. I'm not 100% sure what that face down is for Pegasus. There's Toon Mermaid. And Pegasus... Oh, there it is. Oh, it's Toon Alligator. Alright. The next duel down in recent release was Taya going up against the Paradox Brothers. And Joe said, well, that was short-lived. That was actually... this was the... Oh, Sonic Bird. Good card. This is the one where the Paradox Brothers tried to use Jirai Gumo. And I remember that match. That was absolutely horrendous luck. But Joe says, Para, it seems Jirai Gumo failed us again. Docs, at least this time we haven't lost our reign. Okay, I gotta say it with the right pronunciation. It seems Jirai Gumo has failed us again. Docs, at least this time we haven't lost our reign. Well, the Paradox Brothers, I think they went 6-0 at the start of the season. They looked like that they were going to go unbeaten at one stage. They were smashing everybody in front of them. And then they lost like their next 4 or something. It was actually quite a remarkable turnaround. Alright, 2 face downs on Para and Dux's side, and Sonic Bird on Pegasus's field. He's got Black Illusion Ritual. There's Crass Clown as well. That's one of the fusion materials for Bakori Box, I think. And Pegasus going into attack with Sonic Bird. Oh, and it's Labyrinth Wall. Well, Pegasus probably saw the tribute, but if Labyrinth Wall is face up, it's susceptible to fissure. So you don't mind having that face up. Alright, this is for Kaiba against Paradox Brothers. And Joe says it's back on. Para, we have come out in top form. Docs, we fight as ferociously as a storm. So I will assume that the Paradox Brothers won that one against Kaiba. Kaiba had the opportunity to take top spot, but he lost against Keith a couple of days ago. And speaking of Keith, the next one down for Paradox Brothers was them against Bandit Keith. I do believe, was that maybe their first loss? I think it may have been their first loss. Joe says, I'm sure it's just a bump for the Paradox Bros. Para, Bandit Keith managed to get past our best defense. Docs, he drove over us. I'll try again. Para, Bandit Keith managed to get past our best defense. Docs, he drove over us as if we were a fence. Well, Bandit Keith does have that Oni Tank T34 and Overdrive. Very good cards for driving over a fence. Speaking of fences, the fence in my backyard is about to fall over too. I'm waiting any day just to hear this crash and I'll be like, what was... I know what that was. That was the fence falling down. Alright, Parrot Dragon still in hand. Now, Para and Docs do still have that... they do still have that trap hole on the field. Pegasus... Oh, he's got Toon World. I was looking down for a while, and... And so... Did Paradox Brothers use that trap hole already? Maybe they didn't. Oh, maybe they wanted Sangan to get destroyed. Because the Toon monsters are only going to attack directly. And they're special summons, so trap hole doesn't work on them. And, ooh, Visago the Destroyer. And it's starting to not look very good. I'm sorry, I haven't been watching. I'm not sure how long those toons have been on the field for. Alright, back to comments. I mean, these Duelist Kingdom matches aren't really that hard to follow along anyway, so I can read out comments. Oh, Panic and the Paradox Brothers. And... oh, Paradox Brothers just played a D-Spell. Oh boy, that's devastating. Pegasus has just lost his Mangareran and his Toon Mermaid. And now Pegasus will have to do this without Toon World. And none of those cards are going to be any good for him. Pegasus is, I guess, just drawing them out of his deck so he doesn't have to get bricked with them later on. Alright, Panic and the Paradox Brothers. And Joe says, I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to not doing Paradox Rhymes after this because it gets harder. But look, to your credit, Joe, he's stuck through it through the whole series. Para, another loss. We appear to be stuck. Docs, we are having a lot of bad luck. Oh, hang on, let me announce it better. Para, another loss. We appear to be stuck. Docs, we are having a lot of bad luck. Tell you what, that must have been maybe just 1 or 2 games after. Actually, their first loss might have been against Mai, so let's pull up Mako and the Paradox Brothers as... oh, there goes the trap hole. Dream Clown is destroyed, and... oh, I guess... Labyrinth Wall... I'm sorry, I have not been watching this match. Well, Labyrinth Wall is still on the field. I guess that's why... well, I'll tell you what. The Paradox Brothers held that trap hole, and they used it against Dream Clown, which was actually a pretty good move. They didn't have to waste their trap hole, and Dream Clown could have actually destroyed Labyrinth Wall, so it was actually well weighted from the Paradox Brothers to hold that trap wall. Pegasus is in a lot of trouble here. He's going to have a tough time. I think only Fissure or maybe Relinquish will get him through that Labyrinth Wall. This must have been the first. It must have been against Mako, so Joe said it happened. Para. A Paradox loss, it cannot be. Docs, we have been watched out to sea. And that was for Mako and the Paradox Brothers. I tell you what, Mako actually did really well throughout the season. I was actually quite impressed how good he was. He needed a bit of a buffer because he's the cards we saw in Duelist Kingdom, we only saw him play only about 3 monsters or so I just filled his deck with fish and aquas and sea serpents. Alright, here's Mai and the Paradox Brothers. Joe says, Mai came so close to winning, but oh well. Para, your harpy's wings have been clipped. Docs, your dueling skills must have slipped. That's clever, I like that one. Well, Mai, she's got 1 match left against Weevil, and if she beats Weevil, Mai will go stand out top of the table. She will have 11 wins, where everyone else got a maximum of 10. Pegasus has drawn Flying Elephant. Pegasus really needs Relinquish, otherwise he can't get through that Labyrinth Wall. Either that or Fissure. Tell you what, it's a long match, 40 turns. There's Monster Reborn from Paradox Brothers, and this is now very bad for Pegasus because one of the Gate Guardian pieces got destroyed. I think it was Sanga, wasn't it, earlier on? Oh, what? He's brought back Sangan. Well, that's interesting. Didn't Sanga get... okay, no, Paradox Brothers have gone for a double tribute. And they've gone for Suijin instead. Okay, I mean, they can still get the effect of Sangan, so... oh, they didn't really have much, so I would have maybe brought back Sanga of the Thunder there, but either way, it doesn't matter. Suijin will do. Well, Suijin will at least get rid of that Parrot Dragon. Next one, Rex. That's not a Paradox Brothers duel. There we go. Paradox Brothers and Tristan. Now, these ones are really early. I'm actually not sure. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Joe says, well, that was short. Para. An easy duel, we must say. Docs, you're not even worth our time today. That was for Tristan and the Paradox Brothers, which that was 3 months ago. That's how long ago that duel was. 3 months ago. It's really hard for me to believe that I've been doing this Yu-Gi-Oh stuff for 3 months. Oh, hang on. These ones go... okay, the earliest Paradox Brothers duel was 5 months ago, but it was probably in the knockout tournament. 5 months, that's how long it's been? Wow. Alright, Bakura and the Paradox Brothers. And I'm on the wrong section. There we go. Now, I'm not sure when Joe started the Paradox Rhymes. Here's another one. This is for Paradox and Bakura. Thanks for the appreciation of my Paradox Rhymes, and here is one for this duel. Para, there is no fear within our maze. Dox, now prepare to wander for the rest of your days. Well, if Bakura had went against the Paradox Brothers in the anime, Bakura's anime deck in Duelist Kingdom was so bad, Paradox Brothers would have absolutely slaughtered him. Alright, and just looking up again now, it's looking worse and worse for Pegasus here. He's only got Flying Elephant, and Thousand Eyes Idol. Alright, Pegasus badly needs Relinquish, but he still has not drawn it. His Witch of the Black Forest could draw it for him as well, but Pegasus hasn't drawn her either. There goes Rock Ogre Grotto 2. And I'll tell you what, the Paradox Brothers are starting to pick Pegasus off here. Still 6 cards in hand, but... and it's Jurai Gumo. Oh, the old bug himself. The Paradox Brothers still got that face-down defense. I wonder what that is. Well, we're going to see a coin flip here. Oh, and they got it right. The Paradox Brothers do not lose any life points. Jurai Gumo comes through for him in that instance, and Pegasus now losing a lot of life points. I don't think it's going to be too much longer. I think the Paradox Brothers are probably going to pick up the first win of this match. And Joe says, here's my attempt at a Paradox Rhyme. Oh, this must be the first one, and it was 4 months ago. It was for Rex Raptor and the Paradox Brothers. Said, here's my attempt at a Paradox Rhyme. Para, your dinos belong in the land before time, Dox, and you're a duelist past his prime. Ooh, that's brutal, giving a duelist past his prime, given Rex Raptor is still probably like, what, 14, 15 years old? He's already past his prime. Rex Raptor. What would we do without Rex Raptor? You know, Rex Raptor is like... Oh, there it is. Pegasus, he's down in this first round, so... Pegasus with the first win. Okay, so this is for Bones and the Paradox Brothers. And Joe says, here's another Paradox Rhyme. Para, to challenge us was certainly brave, and Dox, however, we sent your zombies back to the grave. So, yes, the Paradox Brothers, they went on a massive winning streak early on, and... Oh, here we go. Weevil vs. Paradox Brothers, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist Kingdom Season, Round 1. And Round 1, 14th of June, 2024. That is almost 6 months ago. Alright, so Paradox Brothers now in for match 2. Pegasus will have to win 2 in a row from here, which is quite a tough one. Although Paradox Brothers have not drawn a good hand. So they could be in a spot of bother in this one. Where are we? Weevil and Paradox Brothers. So that was the first one. I responded. Here we go. Joe did have one here as well. Para, we squashed your insects like common houseflies. Dox, you can never beat us even if you had 1 million tries. Hope you like my rhymes for the Paradox Brothers, and if you do, please say it in their voices in the next episode. I can't do their voices at all. I think I did try, I think, in that episode after that one, but I can't do Para and Dox's voices. They're too high-pitched. I can't get them. Alright, Monster Reborn, played by Pegasus. And Sonic Bird. I tell you what, that's a... Oh, okay, Pegasus wanted a tribute. And it's Parrot Dragon. And of all the Para and Dox videos, I do believe that... Well, that was round 1 of the Duelist Kingdom season. Paradox Brothers, they might have had a couple of tournament games. At the tournament... Oops, okay, so I've put in Paradox for the search function, and a lot of my my Paradox Rift booster pack openings come up from Pokemon. All right, Paradox Brothers, they actually got to the final 8 of the cup. And Joe did have a comment on this one. Taya, this is an hourglass. Para, what a pathetic sight. Docs, it's just a simple timekeeping device. Taya, there's more than that. I'm equipping it with everything. I do believe the reason why Taya got so far in that knockout tournament is because she kept drawing all of her equip cards straight off the bat. And the only other Paradox Brothers match I see is they must have gone up against Kyber. They did in the quarterfinals, and they would have knocked him out then if... But I don't see any comments on that one. And this is very, very early in the channel's history. We're 27th of May 2024 is when that one was, so we're talking very, very early days. Alright, Paradox Brothers have Protector of the Throne Room. They got to get one win to claim their last season point, considering how good they were straight off the bat from the season. Can they go off with a win? Oh, Black Illusion Ritual. And, oh wow, okay, Pegasus can only get rid of Red Archery Girl there. We get to see Relinquished come to the field now. And Relinquished is going to, I guess, take control of Guardian of the Throne. We 1500... oh no, it's in attack mode. I guess that's the way you have to play Relinquished down. But look at the Paradox Brothers' hand, they're in big trouble. And, oh, would you believe it, it's Jiraiya. Although it'd be risky if Paradox Brothers went in for an attack with that, because Relinquished will lose Guardian of the Throne Room, but then Relinquished will be able to absorb Jiraiya. And, okay, Paradox Brothers just passed her turn. And I'll take the moment now to say a special thank you to Joe for making all the Paradox rhymes during the entire series, going through all rounds, every Paradox Brothers win and loss, there was a rhyme to come after. And this will be the last one, unless there's a couple of mini-series, I guess, where it's a Duelist Kingdom run. Whereas, I know that Chaz and the Gravekeepers will have to take on Paradox Brothers soon as well, but it's a one hell of an effort to make up what would be 15 different rhymes for the Paradox, or actually 17 because of Jaden and Becca. So big shout out to Joe Lowe's for... Oh wow, Soul Exchange, and we're going to see Sanger of the Thunder. Hang on, let me finish by saying thank you to Joe for making all the rhymes throughout the series. It's been a lot of fun after Paradox Brothers, because I know that I'm going to get to read a rhyme that's been written. But I did... Oh, Dark Hole. Pegasus shoots back, and Sanger is... I think Sanger got destroyed by Dark Hole in the last duel as well. And down goes Toon Alligator. But I did say to Joe, in the very last round, I would read all of his rhymes out. But it's been a lot of fun this season. And it's only after this one, I think it's only got maybe 3 or so matches. I think it might be Mokuba and Tristan. Mai and Weevil, I know they're last, and I think there's one more. I think it might be a Mako game. I'd have to have a look. I don't remember. I'll have a look at the end here. I'll have another look at the cards. So Sangan is on the field for Paradox Brothers. Pegasus is lost to... Oh, there's Shadow Ghoul. Shades of Becca here. I mean, Paradox Brothers played it in their match against Joey and Yugi as well. But it's at 2200 points, and Sangan's effect is activated as well. And the Paradox Brothers have chosen the Giant Soldier of Stone to come to their hand. But it's not looking good for Pegasus here. He's only got 2 cards in hand. He's lost his Relinquished. And Pegasus is very, very quickly running out of options. He's only got 2 cards in hand. He's already used a Dark Hole. And, oh wow, straight to the end phase. Possible Pegasus just has nothing to play. Alright, 22 and 13 is 35. So 3,500 coming off Pegasus. He's going to be down to just 900 life points after this. And you got to say, this is going to be a Paradox Brothers win. There it is, 900 points left for Pegasus. To the end phase. Pegasus might have one more turn left in this season. And is he going to make it count? He throws down Yugioh. And Yugioh gets rid of the Giant Soldier of Stone. It will increase Shadow Ghoul by another 100 points. If Paradox Brothers don't draw another monster, Pegasus could get another turn. And, would you believe it? It is Ryoku. Now that is just absolutely brutal. Half of Yugioh's attack is going to go onto the Shadow Ghoul. And this one is going to be done with the effect of Ryoku. One of those signature Paradox Brothers cards. And there it is. Pegasus is beaten by his employee of the Paradox Brothers who he employed to try to defeat Yugi and Joey. Well, that puts an end to Pegasus' season and to the Paradox season as well. I am just about to pull up the standings here as well. So the Paradox Brothers go up to 10 wins, and they go level with Yugi, Kaiba, and Bandit Keith, which is quite an accomplishment as well. Pegasus, he's at 7th, and to be fair, Pegasus actually did pretty well through the season himself. It's Rex and Mako, that's the other game. There's Tristan and Mokuba to come. There's Rex and Mako, and there's Mai and Weevil. So Rex could actually jump above Pegasus. So Pegasus could potentially finish 8th. But the big game is Mai and Weevil, and it's the very last match of the season as well. If Mai wins that, she'll go to 11 wins, and she could be the standalone champion of the Duelist Kingdom season. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in as well. And again, thanks to Joe for the rhymes for the Paradox Brothers throughout the whole season as well. In Battle City, it is... I don't remember. It is Kaiba going up against Loomis and Umbra. And there is also Gravekeepers and Chaz to come as well. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, farewell.